Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about how to find density. We're going to have a look at two different experiments, how to find the density of a solid and how to find the density of a liquid. So we're going to start with solids over here. Now the first bit of equipment that you need is a piece of equipment called a displacement can. Okay, so what a displacement can is it's a bit of equipment that basically it's essentially just a metal can with a spout in it that allows water to flow through the spout. I'll show you how to use it in just a second. You also need a measuring cylinder. And finally, the other piece of equipment you need is an electronic balance to measure the mass of an object, okay? So let's imagine that I was trying to find the density of this particular little plastic cube. So I want to find out how dense this cube is, okay? So the first thing I need to do is I need to measure the mass of the cube. So I put it on my electronic balance. And let's imagine that this cube is 6.00 grams. So it's 6 grams. The next thing I need to do is I need to figure out the volume of this cube. So I could measure it if it was just a regular sized cube and find out the volume that way. Or if it was an irregular shape, I could use the displacement can and a measuring cylinder to find the volume. So what I do is this. I fill my displacement can up with water, so the water is just below the level of the spout. What I then do is I put my cube into the displacement can full of water. Now what will happen is the cube will displace some of the water, i.e. it will cause the water level to rise, and that water will flow out of here into my measuring cylinder. Now let's say, for example, the cube displaced 3 centimetres cubed of water. So what I can do now is I can use this equation for density that we need to know. So it's a simple calculation. My density of this particular object is the mass, which is right here, which is 6 grams. And then we divide it by the volume, which is 3 centimetres cubed. So as you can see, the density is going to be 6 divided by 3 is 2. And to find the units, I do grams per centimetre cubed. So that's how to find the density of a solid. Let's imagine now we're trying to find the density of a liquid. Let's say a substance similar to syrup. So first thing I do is I get an electronic balance and I get a measuring cylinder, because I need to find the mass of the measuring cylinder by itself. So the mass, let's say, of this measuring cylinder, let's say, is 20 grams. What I then need to do is I need to measure the mass of the measuring cylinder, which now contains the liquid. So I choose a select volume to put into my measuring cylinder. Now what I'm going to select is 100 centimetres cubed, because that's a sensible volume to use. So I've put my 100 centimetres cubed in there. So there's my particular liquid. It's not water. It's got let's imagine this one has a mass of 160 grams. So that's the measuring cylinder containing the water. So what I need to do next is I need to find the mass of the liquid, sorry, not water, of the liquid just by itself. Now to do this, I'm going to take the total mass of the measuring cylinder containing the liquid and take away the mass of just the measuring cylinder. So that's 160, take away 20, which equals 140 grams. Now that I've got this mass, I can just use my density calculation. So to find the density of this liquid, all I need to do is, just like before, my mass of the liquid, which is 140 grams, divided by the volume of the liquid, which is 100 centimetres cubed. So therefore, my density is 1.4, I'll just do this divided by this, 140 divided by 100 is 1.4 grams per centimetre cubed. It has a slightly higher density than water because the density of pure water is exactly 1 gram per centimetre cubed. So, hopefully now I've been through this, we know how to experimentally find the density of a solid and how to experimentally find the density of a liquid, as long as we know this really important equation to remember here. Thank you.